Good morning, Kasturians. In this video, we will discuss lifelines of national economy, in which we will see the different modes of transport, that is the roadways, railways, pipelines, waterways and airways. So let's start. In the previous chapter, that is manufacturing industries, we have seen that the goods and services they are produced, and this production of goods and services, it is an indicator of the pace of development of a country. But this production process becomes efficient if the goods and services, or the various inputs, they are reaching the center of production or the point of production, and once these goods are produced, they are reaching the center or the point of their distribution, that is the markets. And this carrying of goods from the place of production to the place of distribution, or the carrying of raw materials from their place of origin to the point where they are going to be produced, they are going to be used to produce new commodities. All this is possible because of a good transport system. Therefore transportation becomes very important, and that's why the various means of transports like land, water and air, they are more important. Efficient transport and modern communication systems, they have made the world small. And in India, when we see, the India is having a good transportation system, especially the roadways, and these transportation systems, they have been contributing to the Indian society, and they are helping in the socio-economic progress of our country in many ways. As visible from the flow chart, you can see the means of transport can be divided as land, water and air. Included in the land transport, we have the roadways, we have the railways and the pipelines, whereas the waterways can be classified as inland and overseas waterways, and the airways can be classified as domestic airways, international airways, and a further subdivision of domestic airways is also there, that is the public undertaking or the government owned airlines and the private airlines. Now we will study about the roadways. India has the second largest road network in the world, that aggregates to about 5.6 million kilometers according to the statistics of March 2016. The roadways, they have developed before railway, and they can be built and maintained easily. The importance of road transport over other means of transport is because of the construction cost of roads, which is much lower than that of railway lines and airways. Second reason is that the roads can be made on any kind of topography. The roads can negotiate higher gradients of slopes, and as such they can traverse mountains such as the Himalayan regions. The road transport is economical in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount of goods over short distances. It provides door-to-door service, thus the loading and unloading is much convenient. Apart from all these reasons, the road transport is used as a feeder to other modes of transport, such as they provide a link between railway and seaports and provides the last mile connectivity. In India, the roads can be classified as the Golden Quadrilateral, the national highways, the state highways, the district roads, other roads and the border roads. Now, the golden quadrilateral. As we know, the quadrilateral is a closed figure having four edges or four sides. So the golden quadrilateral highway is a highway network that connects the four major metropolitan cities in four directions. These are the Chennai, Kolkata, Delhi and Mumbai. Other cities which are connected by this network are Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Bhubaneswar, Jaipur, Kanpur, Pune, Surat, Vijayawada, Ajmer and Vizag. This is the largest highway project in India and fifth longest project in the world at 5,846 kilometers length. It was declared as completed in January 2012. The north-south corridor that links Srinagar and Kanyakumari and the east-west corridor that connects Silchar and Porbandar are the parts of this project, and it includes the construction of new express highways including the extension of existing highways to 4 or 6 lanes. The main objective of these superhighways is to reduce the time and distance between the mega cities of country, and these projects are being implemented by NHAI, that is National Highway Authority of India. Now we have the highways. For interstate connection and for strategic defense movements and connecting the big cities, these highways were made or constructed. These highways, they connect the big cities, important parts, the big railway junctions, and they link up with border roads. The national highway are owned by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, and it is constructed and managed by the National Highway Authority of India, that is NHAI. The National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited, that is NHIDCL, and the Central Public Works Department, that is PWD. A number of major highways run in the north, south and east west directions, and the famous Sher Shah Suri Marg between Delhi and Amritsar is called National Highway 1 according to the old numbering, and the Atari Amritsar Jalandhar section is part of new National Highway number 3, and Jalandhar Ludhiana Ambala Panipat Delhi section is part of new National Highway number 44. According to the new system of numbering, all the north-south oriented highways, they will be having even numbers increasing from east to west, and all the east-west oriented highways will have odd numbers increasing from north to south. All the major highways will be single digit or double digit in number, and the 3-digit numbered highways are secondary routes or branches of a main highway. The secondary highways are prefixed to the number of the main highways, for example 144, 244, 344, which will be the branches of the main highway prefixed to the number of main, and they will be suffixed as A, B, C, D, and these are added to the 3-digit sub-highways to indicate very small spin-offs or the sub-highways. Then we have the state highways, the roads that link the state capital with different district headquarters are known as the state highways. These are constructed and maintained by the State Public Works Department in state and union territories. Then we have the district roads. These are the roads that connect the district headquarters with other places of the district. These are maintained by the Zilla Parishad. Apart from this, we have other roads like the rural roads that link the rural areas and villages with towns. They are classified under the category of other roads. These roads, they receive special impetus under the Pradhan Mantri Grameen Sadak Yojana. Under this scheme, special provisions are made so that every village in the country is linked to a major town in the country by an all-season motorable road. Then we have the border roads. As the name itself is suggesting, the border roads are the roads which are present in the bordering areas of the country, and it was the Border Roads Organization, that is BRO, that maintains the roads in the border areas of the country, and this organization was established in 1960 for the development of strategically important roads in the northern and northeastern border areas. These areas have improved accessibility in the areas of terrain, and they have helped in economic development of these areas also. That's all we have in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.